Today, we are diving headfirst into the wild, chaotic, and, let's be honest, pretty overwhelming world of modern media. We're going to explore how everyone, from huge news corporations to a single person with a phone, can actually survive and maybe even thrive in this constant flood of content.
You know the feeling, right? You open your phone and boom, it's just a tidal wave of TikToks, news alerts, podcasts, and newsletters. It never stops. If you've ever felt like you're just trying to keep your head above water, you are definitely not alone.
Well, believe it or not, there's actually a name for this feeling. It's called media proliferation. It's basically the official term for this explosive media world we're all living in, a world where we're all just trying to stay afloat.
Okay, so before we can figure out how to manage this flood, we first need to get our heads around just how massive it's truly become.
Think about it like this. Not too long ago, you had a handful of TV channels and maybe a few big newspapers. That was it. Now, we've got this vast, sprawling digital ecosystem where countless social media platforms, streaming services, and podcasts are all fighting for just a second of your attention.
And to put a number on that, by early 2026, the number of social media users is expected to hit 5.66 billion. That's most of the planet plugged into this thing. And we're not just watching anymore, we're all creating too.
So what's causing this absolute explosion? Well, it's kind of the perfect storm. You've got AI making it easier than ever to create content. The creator economy is just booming. And we, the audience, now expect to get our content on every single platform imaginable. Plus, you can't forget that decades of media reregulation basically opened the floodgates for a ton of new players to jump in.
And when we say the creator economy is booming, we mean it. It's on track to be worth nearly $500 billion by 2027. This isn't just people with a hobby anymore. It's a gigantic economic engine that's churning out more and more content every single day.
So, in a world this complicated and crowded, how does anyone actually succeed? Well, that brings us to the whole discipline of media management. It's basically the playbook for how to navigate this new reality.
At its heart, media management is really the art of herding cats. You're trying to wrangle all these moving parts, the people, the money, the tech, and the whole goal is to create and share content that actually connects with an audience and, builds a business that can last.
And you can really break the job down into 4 main parts. First, you got to have a plan. What on earth are we trying to do here? Then you organize your team and your tech to make it happen. After that, you have to lead, which means motivating all those creative and technical folks. And finally, you control. You monitor everything to see what's actually working and what's, not.
But here's the real trick. Media isn't like making widgets. It's art, it's culture. And as this quote gets at, managers are always walking this tightrope between the need to make money and the need to give creators the freedom to actually create something great. Just think about Netflix. They use tons of data to approve shows, but they still have to trust a creator's gut instinct to make a hit. It's a balancing act every single day.
All right, let's get into the single biggest force that has completely revolutionized the media manager's job: technology. And believe me, the shift has been absolutely dramatic.
The entire game has been turned on its head. We went from physical distribution to digital and global. The audience went from just being passive consumers to being active prosumers, people who both consume and produce content. And maybe most importantly, the cost to get in the game dropped from being incredibly high to, almost nothing.
So what's the first huge result of this shift? Geography is basically irrelevant now. A story that gets published in Lagos can be read in Los Angeles in the exact same second. It's completely flattened the media world.
Second, the audience isn't just an audience anymore. Anyone with a smartphone can now be a citizen journalist or a full-blown content creator. This has democratized media production on a scale we have literally never seen before.
And finally, all the power has shifted to us, the consumer. We don't wait for the 6 o'clock news anymore. We expect to get any content, anywhere, on any device, right now. This on-demand culture has totally rewritten the rules for how content gets delivered.
Now, this new world is packed with opportunity, for sure, but it also comes with a whole new set of incredibly tough problems that media managers have to try and solve.
And running the gauntlet is a pretty perfect way to describe it. See, with endless choices, audiences are splintered into a million tiny niches. So managers have to figure out how to make money when everyone's using ad blockers, while also fighting a constant war against misinformation. It's a total minefield.
Okay, so we've laid out all the problems. Now for the important part. What are the solutions? Let's dig into the key strategies that successful media managers are using to win right now.
The winning playbook today is all about one word: adaptability. It means embracing new tech like AI, not to replace people, but to make them better. It means using data to actually understand what your audience wants instead of just guessing. Then, it's about distributing that content smartly across lots of platforms, finding new ways to make money besides just ads, and working with the creators who are reshaping the entire landscape.
This timeline really shows you just how fast things are moving. I mean, yesterday's newsroom was all about traditional media cycles. Today, we're deep in the era of the TikTokification of news, where short, snappy video is king. In the future, it's already here. AI is being integrated into everything, and we're seeing the rise of the journalist creator, a pro who needs both rock-solid journalism skills and a powerful personal brand. The pace is just relentless.
Which brings us to a final, really critical question. As AI and algorithms start playing a bigger and bigger role in what gets made and what we see, who is actually in control? Is it the human manager, the social media platform, the algorithm itself? The answer to that question is going to define the next chapter of media.